Miss Joel, where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up out in the country in Cincinnati, and that other kids would say I grew up in the sticks because I lived 5 miles away from my school, and that I was lucky that I got to play in the woods. I had a lot of opportunities to do somewhat risky things like climb a tree over the concrete patio and swing on grapevines and things like that. And that my mother was very interested in nature, and so I learned a lot about biology and about life as a child.
Can you tell me about your teaching career?
My first teaching job was at a Girl Scout camp, and I was a nature specialist for the Brownies when I was 15 years old. And so for a long time, I knew I wanted to be a biology teacher. People had encouraged me to get my doctorate, and so I did that in science education. But I didn't get my real job that had to do with that until 1991, when I became the science coordinator for the district.
When did you become the principal of Sale?
Well, I was one of the first teachers, and it was called the Alternative Learning Center at the time. So I was there in the very, very beginning when we were just figuring out what to do every day. So it was quite a challenge. But after 3 months, the man who was really the originator of the plan left, and they looked around and they said, who's the straightest person here with the highest degree? And we'll make that person principal. So that was in 1975.
Miss Joel, where have you traveled, and what was your favorite place?
I was very lucky to have met my husband. When we're in a store and he's lost me, which happens quite often, he starts asking people, he said, have you seen a Q-tip walking around? I've been to 85 countries, and some of my favorite places were India and Papua New Guinea, where people, some of them are still living like in the Stone Age. And I think one of the most interesting ones was in Tanzania, where my husband and I got to spend 3 nights with the Hadza, who are hunter-gatherers, and they're some of the only ones left in the world.
Miss Joel, has photography always been a hobby?
Well, actually, no. My mother took a lot of pictures when I was growing up and taught me some things about how to take good pictures. But in the last 30 years, taken a lot. And when we go on trips, I've taken a lot of pictures. One of the things that I feel I'm proud of is that my husband and I did an exhibit at City Hall, and it was Faces Around the World, and it was 25 animals and 25 people. Also, another thing I'm proud of is that PhotoFest is a local photo contest, and this last year, besides being accepted, I got first prize in that.
Miss Joel, what accomplishment in your life are you most proud of?
So one of the things that I see in my life is that I've been a risk taker, and so that I have accepted a number of jobs where when I started I didn't know what I was doing, but I would leap into that opportunity and do it. And also I physically did that when I jumped out of an airplane when I was 70, and when I flew over the cliffs of Lima on a sailplane. I've been involved in a number of volunteer things. One is working with the women at the Hope Center where they were homeless. I and other members of our organization called Zonta, which helps women and girls around the world, did workshops with them on getting and keeping a job and cooking nutritionally.
Miss Joel, do you have any advice for me?
One is to relax more and enjoy your friends. And the other one is do it now.